Hello Libra, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And the Wheel of Fortune, wow. That is a great way to begin a reading. We can just use that card as the entire reading. This is good fortune. This is expansiveness. This is the feeling that everything is coming into place, that now is your time, that luck is on your side, and that everything just seems to be coming together in quite a magical way. Now, we've got a lot of air energy already. Look at that, a lot of air energy surrounding this Wheel of Fortune. So it's something that I think it might be challenging our ego a little bit. It might be kind of defying reason how good things are going to get. You might not really be able to believe it. I think that this is significant. More air energy. But we do have a lot of air energy. I think there are some tremendous things happening in your life right now, but for some reason, you're not wanting to believe in it. There's something that your rational mind is saying, wait, no, that can't be. That's not, things like that aren't possible. But we'll get into all of that. First, let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're using the Smith-Waite Tarot. And this is just one random card we're going to leave over here. We'll put our frog friend right on top, kind of like a little lily pad for them right there. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end of the reading. Hopefully that will tie everything together, give us the confirmation that we need at the end. All right, let's take a look at this. Not much to really look at. We've got air, 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 and air. So very much air today. But we also have some good stuff. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. We've got some water, and we've got some fire. Thank God we have the fire. Right? Thank God, thank Goddess, thank Deity, thank the universe, thank this Jupiter energy here with this Wheel of Fortune, that we have some fire, and we've got a little bit of water as well. The only thing we don't have, right, is the earth energy. But looking around, I can pull some earth out of here because we do need a little bit, right? First of all, the Princess of Swords is a little bit of earth energy, right? Because the princesses or the pages represent the sub-element of earth. So this is going to be the earthy aspect of the air. And also the Wheel of Fortune here is some Jupiter energy. So to me that has a bit of a solidifying effect in a certain kind of way. But other than that, there really is, well, we've got the Four of Swords as well. So the Four is actually able to give us a little bit of structure. Right. The Four of Swords, I think, is kind of, it might represent your need for things to make sense. Yeah. It might represent this, the stability that you find when the world makes sense. Yeah. And I don't think it makes too much sense right now. I think we've got this Wheel of Fortune energy. Things just don't make sense. Things seem to be falling into place in a weird way that almost makes you suspicious. Well, maybe not even almost. We've got a Five of Swords up here, and that, I think, that's you being suspicious. This is you maybe even looking toward this as a doubtful situation, like thinking, no, this is not right. Something is wrong here. It's almost like we're automatic, just by default, we're thinking, no, something's fishy here. But the Wheel of Fortune, let's talk about that first, I guess. Because this is really an expansiveness, a growth in your life that is, I think very much needed. I think under ordinary circumstances, you would be very pleased with this energy. I think you're going to be ultimately, but I think right now we're just in this state of disbelief, right? Or there's too much else going on that we just think, how could things be getting this good, right? There's a little bit of suspicion when things start getting this good. This was the very first card we pulled out. This, basically the universe saying, here's a gift. Your luck is about to change. The good things that you want in life, the positive aspect of whatever you're doing right now is going to come to you. This is it. This is basically your luck is turning around. If you believe in luck or not, your circumstances are changing for the better. This is the wheel of fortune. It's not the wheel of misfortune, right? This is random things that are all seeming to come together to kind of build up what you want in life. Now, this could be a work thing. It could be in your private, personal life. It could be about some plans that you've been trying to organize. It could be about some life that you're trying to build, some future that you're trying to manifest, or something right now, presently, that you need, right? And maybe there's been a lot of doubt, a lot of mistrust, a lot of suspicion. And we really need this good fortune. But when things start to happen that are this good, and I can't really put very many details onto this Wheel of Fortune because I don't know your exact situation. And that's why I say that, you need to try connecting with these cards and seeing how this energy is applying in your own life, right? And look for this today. Look for this in the days to come, that things are just going to seem to fall into place, that everything suddenly is working out in such a way that you're going to get what you want. But it seems a little bit weird, right? Well, we've got the Four of Swords. We want the world to make sense. We think, well, things have been kind of up in the air, no pun intended. Things have been uncertain. There's been a lot of opposition, perhaps. There have been a lot of maybe misfortunes, right? Maybe things have just not quite worked out the exact right way. And we expect things to continue not working out in exactly the right way. So when things suddenly start getting a lot better, we think something must be wrong here. Because things don't turn around that fast. We've gotten used to all of this air energy. And I think with the Four of Swords, it's our need for structure and organization. It's our need to understand what's happening and why. We need it to make sense. This is our causality, right? But the Wheel of Fortune is kind of like that synchronicity that doesn't really fit in with our idea of causality, right? We're getting out of this kind of four-dimensional perception, right? It's something that's coming from an even higher place than we're used to. And it's not always going to make sense. So we have this four, which is our need for structure, our need for logic, for 2 + 2 is 4. What we're getting instead is some cognitive dissonance, this Five of Swords. And this, I think, it's at the top of the path of the dove. So this is the forefront thing on your mind right now. In this experience, you're basically saying, no, I'm not buying it. It's not what it appears to be. It seems like I'm getting what I want, what I need, what I've been working for. It seems like I'm getting the financial relief, physical relief. I'm getting the job or the promotion or the career. I'm getting the relationship that I want. Things are happening in this positive way, but there must be something. There must be a catch, right? This is this kind of defeatist attitude that even when good things are kind of building up and growing right in front of you, you're thinking, there must be something wrong with it. It's that preemptive suspicion of everything. And I think this is maybe a common Libra trait a little bit. But Libra, we've got a lot of air energy here, So I feel like we really are we're really stuck in this, in the mental space, right? We need to bring it down a little bit to whatever kind of solid ground we can find, okay? And the solid ground, I think, is we're used to with the Four of Swords, trying to make sense of everything. That gives us a sense of being grounded, where we understand, yes, okay, A causes B, B causes C, and everything seems logical. And then we have this Princess of Swords, which I think is how we need to perhaps stop trying to defend the causal world, right? Stop trying to perhaps defend ourselves against the uncertainty, right? Does that make sense? This is like just stop fighting against what's going on. We have to allow this Jupiter energy, right? Maybe you have Jupiter somewhere in a very strong placement in your chart. It could be. But I feel like this is our defense system. Yeah. This is our mechanism, and we typically go to the logic, the causality, trying to make sense of everything. And it seems logical that there must be some kind of hidden motive behind this good fortune. There must be a catch-22. There must be something wrong with it, because that makes sense to us. We can understand how that would be. So we're kind of defending our beliefs. We're defending our view of the world, our rational kind of outlook. But this card's also at the bottom of the path of the dove. So this is us defending our own self, our own personality. This is trying to defend ourselves from this cognitive dissonance by saying, look, if the world doesn't make sense to me, then I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know who I am. And things are a little bit chaotic. So we are trying to protect ourselves, right? This is the defense mechanism. This is us wanting the world to be at least understandable. And so I think on maybe a more unconscious level, we're rejecting anything that doesn't quite fit in, right? But it's Jupiter. It's the Wheel of Fortune, right? It's the Wheel of Fortune. This comes in. Let's not question it too much, right? Let's go with it. We have to be smart. We have to be reasonable. Don't want to get carried away by something, not knowing full well what it is and what the consequences of it are. So how do we balance that? Yeah, I mean, Libra, come on. How do we balance this? The real need, I think, to accept this generosity from the universe, whatever it is. How do we accept this, but then how do we balance that with also being reasonable, being thoughtful and rational, and being smart about it, right? So let's look at the recent past, because there is this Queen of Swords here, and we've got all of the court cards here for swords, right? We have the Knight, we have the Prince, we have the Queen, we have the Princess. So it's perfectly balanced. We have all of the court cards for the suit of swords. And I think that we have always, I want to say we've prided ourselves, but I don't know if I like that phrase. With the Queen of Swords here, I think that we've always trusted ourselves. We've always had the ability to strip away all pretense, to strip away all kind of pomp and circumstance, to take off the persona and just see things for what they are. We're not trying to force any worldview. We're not trying to force our opinions or our causality on our life, right? We're trying not to paint everything with the colors of our own personality, right? Our personal reality. Try to see things a little bit objectively, if that's possible. And I think we've always been fairly good at that, and it's always been a useful tool to us. But I feel like in this particular case, we're struggling to do that now. This is perhaps some of that the past energy that we can bring into the situation. Now, this card's in the recent past. So it's in our history, let's say. I think we have a history of being very objective. And even though we may feel a certain type of way, this is the Queen, there is water here. We are not trying to influence or change anything, right? Because water is one of those magnetic or passive elements. So this is us trying to understand the world around us, not try to influence it, influence the reality, but to take it in. Okay. While the princess is here, this is an earth of air energy. So this is also one of those passive or magnetic elements because of the earth. This is us trying to preserve something. This is us trying to, we take the objective view into ourselves, and now we're trying to protect it. Right? So then when we have this kind of stability, because this is what we're talking about here, a world that makes sense, we've understood it, now it makes sense. But then in comes this 5, which shakes things up. This is the now my world isn't predictable. Now I don't know what the heck is going on. So I don't mean to stick too long on the path of the dove here, but I want to get an idea of kind of how we're trying to approach this from different angles. We're trying to get an objective viewpoint, but yet we're trying to also make sense of it. And I think ultimately the way forward here, because if we look at the path, the horizontal path here, the way forward is this 4 of Cups. So we have a 4 of Swords, and then we're moving to 4 of Cups, right? So we want the world to make sense logically, intellectually. We want it to make sense emotionally, spiritually, intuitively, right? So this is almost here, if there's a lack of trust, this is almost accepting the choosing to trust, right? We got that 4 of Cups right there with that Wheel of Fortune. We're trying to kind of in our hearts, in our intuition, trust what's going on, making the choice to trust, right? This situation may not make sense, but we're trying to find a logical way forward, a logical way to say, I just may not understand what's going on. Doesn't mean that there's not some logic behind it. So the 4 of Cups is saying that I'm choosing to trust it. I'm choosing that maybe my true self knows. Maybe the universe, God, goddess, deity knows something that I don't. Maybe. So just because I don't understand it right now doesn't mean that it's not understandable. I want to let that sink in. Because I think that's what we've been struggling with right now. If I don't understand it, then there's something wrong with it. But maybe your understanding will come later. Maybe that's something over here that we're going to experience. So right now, 4 of Cups, the way forward, we've got to accept this. We've got to embrace this. We've got to feel like we deserve it. This good fortune, this is like, some kind of restitution financially, physically, in terms of health or well-being. This is good fortune. However we spin this wheel, you're on top, right? And I don't want to take away from the impact of this Wheel of Fortune, because this is the only major arcana card here. It was the first card. It's right in the middle. It's surrounded by all of this air energy. It's surrounded by confusion and doubt and an inability to express it, an inability to make sense of it, to connect the dots, right? Let's just trust that if we do slowly over time, as this unfolds, connect the dots, that later on we'll see the big picture, and we'll see what we've been drawing, right? You can't see it now, right? Because we haven't connected all those dots yet. I'm thinking of my daughter has these little, in the coloring books, you connect the dots, make a picture. We can't see what the picture is. We can't see how these random dots can make any sense until we start connecting them. And that's going to happen over time as we embrace the situation, as we open ourselves up to it, and we magnetize ourselves and we allow it to come in, and we stop trying to fight against it, right? We've got 5 of Swords for fight. We have a Princess of Swords about fighting, right? Struggling against. So we've got to slowly connect the dots, and we'll find out what picture this is. We'll find out the bigger picture. But right now, let's just start going with it, right? Because we do need it. I think we're in a position in our life. Now let's move over to the path of the serpent. I think we're in a position in our life where we do need this good fortune, right? We're definitely in need of some good things, right? So we start with this, with the Knight of Swords, and this is some fire energy. This is now, I think we're kind of taking this, we're taking our choice to embrace this, our choice to just go with it, right? We're choosing to take all of these good things that are coming our way and utilizing them, right? If this is here, this has appeared in my life, I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to go with it. Yeah, I still don't trust it. I'm still kind of unsure what the bigger picture is, but right now I need it. So we've got that fire energy, and we're starting to use this good fortune to tackle our problems, right? It's like you've inherited a sum of money, but we're unsure. Or you get a bunch of money back on your taxes, and you're just like, I'm not going to spend that. I don't trust it. I don't know why I got that. I don't think I deserve it. I don't think they did the paperwork right. But in this situation, I feel like we're applying all of that good fortune that we don't understand right now at the moment. We're applying that to our problems, right? Here's the Seven of Wands. There is a need for this. You do have maybe some debt, maybe some medical bills, maybe you're looking to change your housing situation. Maybe you need to pay for university or some more, I don't know, more training or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be financial, right? It doesn't have to be financial. And that, I think, is part of the problem here, is that we don't know if it's financial. We don't know if it's work-related, if it's something about your relationships. I know that we're having a difficult time mentally with this, but I don't know where this is manifesting, because we don't have a lot of earth energy. So it really depends on this Seven of Wands. Where do you need it the most, right? Because this is the position of your environment. So where do we need this fortune? And that's where we're going to start applying it. Okay, this could be some debts you need to pay off. It could be some repairs that you need to make, or some some college courses you need to take, or whatever it might be. Whatever we might be needing right now. And again, it doesn't have to be financial. This Wheel of Fortune, this Jupiter energy, is saying that you're going to be experiencing good luck, good fortune, expansiveness, growth, a lot of progress and success in your life, generally. But where we apply this is going to have to be where we need it the most. Okay? And this is something different for all of you. This is where this air energy has to really focus, right? Because we need to know how to use this. We may not understand it. We may not know why. We may not even agree that it should be happening right now, but it is. So let's sort our thoughts out, and let's get this thing applied to where it needs to go. The next card we see is this Ace of Wands. Now, this is in the position of what we don't want. I think this is like, we don't want surprises. We don't want this to come back and bite us. Yeah. And I think that this is the risk. This is the gamble. Because we don't want this energy, right? This is the position of what we don't want, but it's the position of what we need. This is the obstacle. We have to get over this. And this is you realizing all of the potential good that this is going to bring, right? If you would accept this streak of good luck, let's call it, if you would embrace this and go with this and try to be in harmony with this rather than struggling against it. Think of all the good things you can do. Think of all that you could accomplish. This is the beginning. It's like you're opening up a new can of worms here. You just happen to really like worms, I guess. This is the beginning of a lot of great things if we were to use it this way. Otherwise, this is kind of the fear, like, hey, I don't want to start something that's going to come back to bite me later. So this is really the dilemma. And I think that's why we need a little bit of, let's embrace it, let's accept it, let's go with it. Yeah, in the back of our mind, we still have this, I mean, the air energy isn't going anywhere. Right? We haven't gotten rid of this. We're just making the choice now to be okay with this, just to say, I'm not going to figure this out right now, but I need to get moving. I have stuff to do. I've got something that, I need to apply this somewhere. Now the final card is the Prince of Swords. This is air on air. I think this is the end result. This is the final kind of outcome where you do finally understand. And this card, I think, takes us right back around to the Queen, right? We've understood. Now we've got this double air energy here with the Prince. I think we understand it now. We understand the bigger picture. We understand maybe the smaller, more local picture. We understand what's below, and we see how it's reflected above. Now this is a more complete picture of things. So this is like, just keep connecting the dots. Eventually you are going to see what the significance is of this, and perhaps why it is, right? If we connect enough of these dots and we step back far enough and we try to keep an open mind and an open heart, I think we'll see the logic behind it. It's going to be a higher logic than what we're used to, right? It's going to be something that's a little bit more cosmic in scale. You're going to see how, all of this good fortune now has been something that you've been kind of stacking up maybe for several years, maybe for lifetimes. But I think this is the moment. I think a lot of good things are coming your way, and I think it's difficult for us to accept that and to believe in it. Right? To believe in something, to have faith and trust in something, that's a choice. Right? That's a choice. Now let's see what our frog friend has for us. Thank you, frog friend, for your assistance here. Obviously, earth energy, right? That's what we need. We need some kind of a grounding of this energy that's showing, look, we're going to put it to good use. We're applying it to where it needs to go, to the objects that it needs to go. Well, we have now some kind of abstract earth. We have the Emperor, which is the fourth mystery of the tarot. This is the fire energy now, but it's fire energy that we have learned to manifest on this plane, because the number 4 elements, the 4 winds, the 4 directions, the 4 corners, 4 legs of a table. So I think that this card is really the confirmation that, yes, we're applying this where it needs to go. We are assuming the very best here. We still have this air energy. We still have this doubt. We're still going to try to figure it out. But in the meantime, we're going to use it. We're going to go with it. Yeah. So I think this is a good confirmation. This is us kind of getting past any doubt. This is us having a little bit of confidence in what we're doing and applying our resources to where they are needed the most. I think this is a very good confirmation. We are going to do an extended. If you would like to stick around, just click on the link up there. That'll give you access to every extended reading, not just Libra, every sign. I encourage you to cross-watch, hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so yet. We're almost at 100K. I'm so thankful. I never thought we would get to 100K. We're not there yet, so I don't want to jinx it, but thank you for being a part of this channel. And thank you for letting me read for you.